Four Little Monkeys. Story by Devon Covert. Art by Collier. Let's get to business and skip the introduction. There are two things I remember from my alien abduction. The first is the smell of freshly cut grass, and the second's that thing they tried to put up my... As you may have guessed, they came from outer space. They entered my room like they owned the place. They swung through my window and jumped on my bed. "Come with us and play, Lee," the four of them said. But their mouths didn't move, which gave me pause. They looked like monkey men from the land of Oz. In the moonlight, they appeared stout and hairy, but their cute red vests made them less scary. They tickled my sides and made me laugh before they led me to their discus craft. Its piano black sides looked metal and ceramic. It floated near invisible, silent and dynamic. The ship's bottom irised open to let me in. A soft gold light glowed over my skin. It lifted me up past my house and into the sky, and its warmth cradled me to sleep upon high. I woke up on a table, befuddled and bemused, which is to say I was totally confused. Around me stood the four monkey men, not 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. They strapped me in for something clinical, and I struggled if this was real or metaphysical. When they poked and prodded and probed my back door, I realized I wasn't in Kansas anymore. The spinning, whirling machine started in a fervor, and I knew I couldn't let them get any closer. So I slipped my restraints and shot out like a flash. I bumped their tray and it fell with a clash. It was then I noticed a vacuum tube on my genitals, wired to the ceiling like a mass of tentacles. It wasn't enough for them to try for my bum. Now the hairy bastards were stealing my... Come to think of it, I wasn't the only one. Others moaned and groaned, not having any fun. They looked at me helplessly strapped in, with tubes and wires connected to their skin. A monkey man approached to settle me down. He had a big needle and a permanent frown. He said, "There's no need to put up a fight, Lee," but his mouth didn't move, not even slightly. The monkey man's frowning face started to slip. So I stole his mask with a mighty rip. Lo and behold, his real face was oval and gray, his stare distant and cold, light years away. The monkey suit looked like it was from Party City, so I kicked his alien nards and said something witty. I can't recall what I said, so believe me, please, when I say it was cool, clever, and delivered with ease. I took my cue to leave and escaped to the hall. I entered the first door, mesmerized by it all. It looked like the fridge from a sci-fi TV show, with joystick controls and buttons that glowed. I didn't know the first thing about how to pilot the ship, but I figured the biggest button was the one to hit. And when I spied my house through the room's glass dome, I promptly hit the big button, vaporizing my home. On second thought, I shouldn't have acted so fast. My parents would have grounded me if they survived the blast. On the bright side, the dog's house was still intact, but unfortunately my dog was reduced to ash. Just then the monkey men filled the room full. They fought me for control of the controls. I grabbed the joystick, the craft took a downward pitch. "Let go of the controls, you son of a..." Bits of glass debris rained from the ceiling as the craft hit the ground and sent us all reeling. When I opened my eyes, I was back in my bed, with my father leaning over me. Wasn't he dead? Nothing made sense. How did I get here? And why was my father's smile so queer? He said, "Go back to bed. It was all a dream?" But his mouth didn't move, so I let out a scream.